I'm Johaan Immanuel and by the topic of this video, you would know what I'm going to talk about. I'm doing this as a part of my 7th grade project. I chose this topic because I've heard news like a dead sperm whale that washed up in Spain with 32 kilos of plastic in its stomach. Yes, that's what I'm going to talk about. The silent but violent villain that plagues the oceans. Plastic. Firstly, what exactly is plastic? Plastic is a substance that is made from polymers. Polymers are long, repeating chains of molecules. Naturally, polymers are found everywhere, like silk, insect carapaces, hair, and DNA. Though it is possible to create polymers. This is done by breaking crude oil to its components. Man-made polymers are called synthetic polymers. Synthetic polymers have some extraordinary properties. They are lightweight, durable, and can be molded into any shape without much handicraft. Thus, plastic can be mass-produced with very little time. Nowadays, almost everything we have is partially made from plastic. Clothes, furniture, cars, all plastic. Okay, but what do we need to care about? It's made of plastic, let it be. Plastic will come, plastic will go. If this is how you think, I've got some bad news for you, friend. Plastic doesn't go, it sticks around. As synthetic polymers are so durable, they take many years to break down. But because we are fools, we use this material for things meant to be thrown away. Majority of wrappers and food covers are made from plastic. Ever since it was made, we have been throwing it and now we have produced 8,300 metric tons of plastic. That's 83 lakh kg. Oh my god. Most of this plastic, in fact 8 million tons of it, ends up in the ocean annually. This means that it will outweigh all the species in the ocean by 2050. That's bad. Very bad. And as plastic is ubiquitous, many of the sea animals get trapped in or swallowed it. In 2015 already, many seabirds had swallowed plastic. When the researchers dissected these seabirds, this was what they found in them. I know, tragic, right? Imagine if one of us humans were found with this in our stomachs. Speaking of which, there is actually a plastic that can invade the human body. These are the invisible microplastics. Microplastics are pieces smaller than 5 millimeters. These are made when we expose plastics to UV light. This causes them to break down and voila, you have microplastics. 51 trillion of these chemicals are there in the ocean. Thus, the ocean species can easily swallow it. There is evidence that microplastics can travel up the food chain. This means that when we eat this sea food, we end up getting microplastics in our bodies. This has raised concern among scientists about the chemicals used to make plastic. For example, BPA is used to make plastics transparent, though there is evidence that it can affect the hormones in our body. Then there's DEHP, which is used to make plastics flexible, though there is evidence that it can cause cancer. A considerable amount of babies and adults have phthalates in their body. Phthalates are a chemical that is commonly added to plastic. Besides, many humans are found with BPA in their urine. Though it is not possible to ban plastic also, because plastic pollution isn't the only environmental issue we face. According to a study by the Danish government, it requires very little energy to make thousands of plastic bags, whereas it takes tons of energy to make the most common alternative for plastic bags, cloth bags. So, making plastic bags is energy efficient. Plastic and all the other alternatives for it, in some way or the other, make an impact on the environment. There is no balance between them. Besides, plastic answers some of the problems we have no answers for. Many food items get spoiled and end up rotting away in landfills. The best way to prevent food from rotting and to protect it from pests is still plastic packaging. So, what will we as people be able to do about this issue? Well, one of the basic things is the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reducing use of single-use plastic plastics is fundamental to solving plastic pollution. These include the regular plastic bags and bottles. Also, there are some plastics that are reusable, like the plastic used to make water bottles which we take to school every day. So, you can reuse it. You can also turn plastic into something new by recycling it. For example, you can make toy plastic bottle rockets, toy plastic bottle cars, or you can even do bottle art with it. Another thing is, do not be a litter bug, especially on beaches. Whenever you go to the beach and buy something like ice cream, for instance, you are not supposed to dump the plastic container on the beach. Otherwise, the tide will swallow it in and it will take it to the ocean where it starts wreaking havoc. So, if you have the container, you should throw it in the dustbin. And if there aren't any nearby, you should take it home and throw it in the dustbin at home. In fact, don't even throw plastic in drains or anywhere but the dustbin. Because if you throw it in drains, the drains will automatically take it to the ocean. And if you throw it somewhere else, the wind will take it away. So, do not be a litter bug. That way we can protect the species and in turn, ourselves. You wouldn't know what it would mean to me if you listened to my words and saved a fish by not dumping plastic in the ocean. The main point is that plastic pollution is a toughie, and unless we address it from a global perspective, we wouldn't be able to solve it. Plastic is magnificent, I know, but if we aren't careful with it, we'll end up in a world we didn't want. Remember that when you do this, we humans are going to get more benefit because without underwater life, we would be toast. Thank you so much for watching that video. Don't forget to share it with your friends so that they'll want to take part in the action too. Until next time, it's me signing off. Goodbye.